Okay, so here we are. I am making my favorite. This is a go-to for craving control because it is comfort food, but it is so low glycemic, delicious. I've upped the ante with mashed cauliflower because it doesn't always taste the same. It's not as creamy. So I'm going to show you how to make it creamy, delicious, and amazing. So roasted mashed cauliflower, roasted garlic mashed cauliflower is from my gallbladder section. Now, gallbladder works with the liver. You need to keep your body clean, right? We've got so many gunked up gallbladders because we've got sluggish bile coming out of the liver because of the poor food quality going in. So it's one of my superfood veggies because also a cruciferous vegetable, which are excellent for the liver, tumor control, so many benefits that you get from cruciferous vegetables, and low glycemic. However, it looks like the brain and it crosses the brain barrier to provide nutrients to your brain. And we all want to think better, be better, and have healthier brains throughout our life. So it helps prevent fat buildup in the cells. That's what it does. The plant compounds in here help fat build up in the cells. How important is that? Huge, especially when everybody focuses on things like cholesterol, right? Triglycerides, things like that. It's a really beautiful use of this dense nutrient, cruciferous vegetable, cauliflower outside, and it is a very low glycemic alternative to a favorite mashed potato, which should be saved for children who are growing that need the energy, because we just really, quite frankly, don't need the energy unless we're about to do like a walkathon, a mini marathon. So first of all, we're gonna get the garlic ready to roast. And since you're turning on the oven, you might wanna put some other things in there to roast with it. I just happen to want some sweet potatoes, so I'm gonna show you how I wrap these because I don't use foil on things touching the food, but I am gonna use foil. So I could peel this sweet potato and make it into medallions or chunks and roast that. But I'm feeling like I just want it mashed with grass-fed butter and lots of cinnamon, and this is gonna be tasty. And this, of course. So with the garlic, all you do is you're just gonna slice the entire top off here and keep these parts. But I'm gonna show you what we do with parchment paper, olive oil, and some foil. So just hold on a sec. Okay, so I've ripped off a piece of, well, if you want to always have parchment paper, you need parchment paper, wax paper, cling wrap, and foil. I don't like foil to touch the food because of the aluminum part, and we don't need that in our body. So here's where to start. You want to put we're going to wrap this in parchment paper. First, we're going to drizzle olive oil over the garlic. Okay, so a nice bit of olive oil. So the olive oil, of course, is going to get hot when it's roasting. Just wrap this up really, really nice. And then you're going to wrap it in foil. I'll let you know that smells so good. Wrap this up real tight and nice in foil. So that's going to go into the oven. And then next, you could use olive oil on the sweet potato, but I love to rub it in coconut oil. It gives it a sweeter taste. It's just my preference. So let's get this on the foil. And let's see. Everything is organic because these root vegetables grow in the ground. So you want them growing in organic soil as much as possible. If you can get them from a local organic farmer, so much better. So roll this up, and you can rub your hands with this beautiful coconut oil. Roll this up. Roll again. Now these are going to go in the oven at 425 and let them roast. All right. And now we're going to be cutting up, this is so yummy, the cauliflower. Keep your hands moisturized. So I chopped up the garlic here, and I'm actually gonna let it sit for a bit, and I'm gonna take a shot of garlic because that is amazing also. Keep your liver toned and keeping everything working really well. And so we're gonna need the peel. This is a Japanese yam. This is how you know. In the store, it's white, okay? So we're just gonna peel this, we're gonna cut it up, we're gonna put everything into a big pan, and we're gonna steam it. And then we're putting it into a food processor once everything's done. So you definitely need to buy organic. Again, even if it's not on the dirty dozen, there's going to be pesticides. You do not want them in your body because we're talking about cellular health in all cases. So your worth, organic. I've had this cauliflower for a little while, but cruciferous vegetables last a long time. So let me just show you how I get this open real nice and easy. So I'm going to use my small chef knife here. You got to have good knives, lots of them. I prefer the twin 4-star Henkels. I love the handles, and you want high quality, so you cut really well. There's nothing worse than getting cut with a dull knife, and dull knives create more accidents than anything. So you cut in an angle all around, and this will pop right out, or these will pull off. So it's kind of like a tree here. Look, it's amazing. So these florets are perfect. And then this tree, you can toss. All right, I'm going to save some of these big florets also for smoothies because I make a delicious strawberry cauliflower smoothie. And it would have never occurred to me to eat, I didn't even know how to eat raw cauliflower other than in a vegetable platter with not so healthy dip, right, that somebody made or is very questionable where it came from. So I'm going to save some, and I'm going to maybe just a couple, and I put them in the freezer so they're already ready to go. So these, I'm just going to cut apart. So these are looking gorgeous. And see, so when you do that technique of cutting down in there, these are all ready. And you just want, so I'm just going to save out 2 nice ones for the freezer, and the rest are going into the cook. Now, I encourage you to try some of this raw. It's so sweet, and that's what you're going to taste. So you can also, like, roast buffalo cauliflower. There's so many different things you can do with cauliflower, but it's such an amazing cruciferous vegetable that actually the nutrients will cross the brain barrier, give you brain nutrients. Let's look at it. It looks like the brain, right? There's a reason. So I'm going to peel up this bad boy, and then we're going to cut up everything, and we're going to put it in. So I'll be right back. Okay, beautiful. Here we go. Japanese yam. So I'm just cutting it into slices. I want, all the pieces to be kind of equally similar here. And so good. So I just take a big pan like this, put in a steamer. And then you're going to add that's filtered water to the bottom, just so it comes under it. And this pan, about 4 cups is enough. We're just going to add the big pieces to the bottom, followed by the smaller pieces. And everything is going to steam. Perfect. Okay, so the oven, the stovetop's on. We're going to put it on, bring it to a boil, and then let it simmer and steam until they are fork tender, okay? So everything is working well here. The pan is boiling, and while the oven is going, it's a really great time to roast something else. So I've just cut up a few pieces of Brussels and carrots. It's always good to have some roasted veggies on hand, whether you're eating them now or you're using them for food prep. I'm going to drizzle them with a little bit of coconut oil. I could toss them in a bowl, but not. Coconut oil has a really nice high smoke point, so this is good. And I love coconut aminos. This is an alternative to soy sauce. Not healthy because of the soy crops, and coconut aminos give it a really nice kind of sweet taste too. Savory, sweet, tangy, all awesome. So these are going in the oven as well, doing a lot. I've got some delicious, delicious roasted veggies here already, so I'm gonna enjoy these. A little bit of cracked pepper. And everything else is almost ready. Those boil probably about, depending on how many are in there, about 20 minutes. And all you do is you just test them with a fork. And the roasted garlic is almost ready, and we're gonna put this together in a food processor, so just hold on a little longer. Check this out. I'm getting a little facial here. So the stuff is looking amazing. What we're gonna be doing is putting it into, this is so nice, into the food processor. So just use either a big slotted spoon, or this works really well. And we're just gonna get it all in there. If you need to run the food processor a bit just to break this down because the chunks are big, you can do that. I might need to do that. This is only a, I don't know how many cups this food processor is. All right, so I'm just gonna just beat this down a little bit. Two more pieces. We are on the way to having some delicious rosemary, roasted garlic. Now, if I had fresh rosemary and thyme, I would be chopping that up to put it on after. I just don't have it right now. Put that over to the side. So really, it's super easy. We've got the Japanese yam in there, which is going to make it smoother and creamier. So your choices are to add some olive oil to it. Actually, like a little coconut oil or a grass-fed butter. I'm feeling like grass-fed butter today. Here's our roasted garlic. Looks so amazing. So you check it out, open it up, and this is so fragrant. That is just delicious. And all you do is squeeze it from one end, and all of the garlic cloves come out into it. So that's what we're gonna do. Nice and hot, so just be really careful. So usually you would probably let this cool a bit. It's very hot. So I'm gonna use this towel. But for the sake of time, oh yeah, these are all coming out, nice. So you just squeeze it from the end and all the cloves come out. Yum. This is so tasty. Okay, so that looks really yum. Put this to the side. I'm actually gonna add some grass-fed butter, and we're gonna be putting in a nice creamy secret to it as well. We're gonna add coconut cream to it, coconut milk. This is the same coconut milk I use to make my chocolate avocado mousse, which I love to have on hand for a healthy, delicious snack. So I keep the really thick part to make the avocado mousse, and the creamy part to put in either smoothies or in this. So what else do you need in here? I don't really salt it. You can do that after. It's gonna have so much rich flavor, you don't need it. So let's just get the top on and get this down. And the only other thing that you need is one of these kind of spatulas, these soft. So I'm just gonna get this going so it's nice and creamy. So what you want to do is you want to like break down, because just mix it around. So you can do this with beaters, but I just find that it comes out so much nicer. That was some of the garlic on the outside. It comes out so much nicer when you do it in this because it's so much creamier and richer. Just gonna keep this going until it's nice and smooth and creamy. And then after, we're gonna put some of this in, the coconut milk. Okay, we're gonna give this a check. And it's looking really smooth and creamy. This is exactly what we want. How delicious is this? Check out this consistency. So what I love about roasted cauliflower mash is that it has a nice kind of sweet taste to it. So we're gonna add in a little bit of this coconut cream from the pan here. And I'm just gonna save the rest of it because I'm gonna be using it. I use it in so many things because it adds good energy fats. You want fats, fiber, and protein to keep us filled up, energized, and our blood sugar stable so we're not craving stuff that is not so good for us. So let me just, I just want some of the cream in here. Just a little bit. Just gonna keep mixing that until it's nice and smooth and creamy, and we are done. Okay, we are done. This is smooth and creamy and delicious. So you can use this as an alternative for a topping to cottage or shepherd's pie, made with fresh organic veggies and a mushroom sauce. This is so good, and it is definite comfort food. But so much healthier. It's so good for your brain, and that's what we want. So that's it. Is the creamy roasted garlic mashed cauliflower. Absolutely divine.